Sharks are viviparous. They give birth to live young which develop inside the mother shark, receiving nutrients and oxygen from mom through an umbilical cord, just like humans. Larger sharks like blue sharks, bull sharks, and hammerheads use this technique. The last group of sharks are ovoviviparous, also known as aplacental yolk sac viviparous. In this system, the mother produces eggs like the oviparous system, but instead of laying her eggs on the bottom, she carries them inside her body until they hatch. When the babies pop out, you might think the shark was viviparous, but the babies had no umbilical cord inside. They lived off a yolk sac. In the weird category, the sand tiger shark has a strange variation on its ovoviviparous reproduction known as intrauterine cannibalism. The mother produces up to 50 pups in each of 2 uteruses, but the first baby in each uterus that reaches about 4 inches long eats all of its siblings. After 12 months of gestation, the mother then gives birth to a pair of 3-foot-long pups that are well fed. Because sharks put so much more time, effort, and energy into producing a viable offspring than bony fish do, they give birth to far fewer pups. A whale shark produces the most pups of any shark, around 300 at a time. But then again, mom is the size of a bus. The thresher and sand tiger only produce 2 pups at a time. The blue shark can produce 135 at a time, which is a lot for a shark not the size of a bus. Gestation is long too, averaging 9 to 12 months. Baby spiny dogfish take 22 months, almost 2 years, for their young to develop. Most sharks take quite a while to become mature enough to reproduce as well. Great hammerheads take 9 years. Lemon and bull sharks take 15 years. Spiny dogfish...
The female is barely moving, almost motionless. She's generating no forward momentum and taking in very little oxygen. The male keeps at her. Even the presence of Jan, who has moved closer for a better look, doesn't distract him. In a sudden, violent movement, he attaches himself to the female and penetrates her. The coupling has begun. Jan is about to film an extraordinary scene. The act itself looks extremely violent to our eyes. However, this copulation method has proven itself over thousands of years. It's a way of selecting both the most powerful males and the strongest females. It is one of the keys to the shark's survival. The physiology of female sharks reflects this rigorous selection process. To allow them to sustain the bites they receive, the skin of the female is twice as thick as that of the males. The wounds on the female's body are fairly shallow and help trigger ovulation. Male sharks have 2 copulatory organs, but only use one at a time. These organs are not erectile penises, but appendages formed from the inner edge of the pelvic fins. The coupling has been underway for 5 minutes. Both sharks are hardly moving and finding it increasingly difficult to breathe. They have positioned themselves head-on into the current. The water flows through their mouths and over their gills, providing them with oxygen. The current is keeping them alive, and the male struggles to maintain their position in it. One turn in the wrong direction and both sharks will be completely without oxygen. Easy prey for predators like the hammerhead. Jan is getting tired too. He's been fighting the same current for more than 10 minutes, clinging to the coral, camera in hand. The coupling appears to be near its end. Meanwhile, the current continues to act like an artificial respirator, keeping the stationary sharks alive. With a sudden shudder, The male frees the female from his grip and swims off.